Deputy Kingsley Smith touting the progress he says has been made in just over 2 years.
On Wednesday, I am proud to announce that the newly renovated Sweetens Key Primary School and Homework Center will be reopened.
We have done in 2.5 years, even with layers of bureaucracy, what others couldn't do in 4.5 years.
Pine Ridge incumbent Ginger Moxie also taking the stage, pointing to what she describes as results delivered for her constituents.
Heritage, you waited 18 years for a road. They gave you excuses. You asked for a safe place for your children, and we delivered 2 parks. Those are receipts. Freeport Ridge, you spent decades navigating holes. Today, 1.5 miles of road is being laid down. And that is not talk, that is action.
Closing out the night, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis addressing key issues including the Grand Lucayan deal and arbitration matters involving the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
There's real progress on the Grand Lucayan. You all see the MSC announcement this week?
Yes.
Like I've said all along, it's real. These candidates were with us when we decided to do what no other government in the Bahamas ever done. They were with us then. Who took on the Grand Bahama Port Authority and won?
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
While the long-awaited redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort is now officially moving from plans to action, Concord Wilshire Capital, the parent company of Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited and owner of the Grand Lucayan Resort, announcing that demolition work has now commenced on the property. The company says initial activity began today with the securing and fencing of the site following the receipt of all necessary demolition permits. Officials say this marks the first visible step in the transformation of the property into a premier MSC beach club, with plans also calling for a second cruise ship resort, a casino, a mega yacht marina, and a branded hotel. Chief Executive Officer of Ancient Waters and Concord Wilshire Gaming Group, Richard Bosworth, calling the start of the demolition a major milestone, saying it represents a shift from planning to execution on a project expected to have a lasting impact on Grand Bahama's economy. The redevelopment is expected to generate jobs during both the construction phase and the long-term operation of MSC Beach Club. Nomination day is just around the corner, with candidates across the country preparing to officially enter the race on April 16th, 2026. But before their names can appear on the ballot, each will have to meet strict requirements and pass careful scrutiny by election officials.
Nomination day is set for Thursday, April 16th, 2026, marking a critical step in the lead up to the general elections. Across the country, prospective candidates will formally submit their nomination papers to returning officers, solidifying their place on the ballot. The process, governed by strict electoral guidelines, require candidates to present valid documentation, including signatures from registered voters in their constituency, along with the required deposit.
They'll present themselves to the respective constituencies for which they're vying as a candidate. The 5 constituencies being Central Grand Bahama. The nomination center will be the Keith Cartwright Social Outreach Center at Christ the King. For the East Grand Bahama constituency, candidates will go to the Eric L. Sam Center at Church of the Ascension. For Marcos City, the nomination center is the Belinda Wilson Convention Center. For Pine Ridge, persons will go to the Foster Bastina Center at Christ the King. And for West Grand Bahama, candidates will go to the 8 Mile Rock High School Gymnasium.
However, not all hopefuls will make it to the ballot. Candidates can be disqualified for failing to meet eligibility requirements, submitting incomplete or incorrect documentation, or not securing the necessary number of nominators. Issues such as dual citizenship, unresolved legal matters, or missed deadlines can also result in rejection.
If you are a judge of the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal, you'll be disqualified. If you are a substantive public officer, you would be disqualified. If you're acting temporarily as a public officer, and for a period not exceeding 3 months. If you're a member of the armed forces, you would not be qualified. If you're on the staff of the Governor General, you would not be qualified. And if you're employed in the Ministry of Tourism, you would be disqualified.
As the process unfolds, all eyes will be on returning officers as they vet each candidate's paperwork and determine who meets the legal requirements to run. For those hoping to secure a spot on the ballot, attention to detail will be key because even minor errors or missing information could bring a campaign to an abrupt end before it even starts. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Switching gears, Grand Bahama residents will see higher garbage collection fees on their next utility bill. Sanitation Services Company Limited says rising costs for labor and supplies are forcing the first rate hike in years. Charlia Jones has more in this report.
Sanitation Services Company Limited, responsible for waste management in the Freeport area, has released a memo informing Grand Bahamians that their rates will be increasing in the next Grand Bahama Utility Company billing cycle. General Manager Lou Carroll says that this change comes as costs of labor, supplies, and other components have increased significantly.
The list that we set out, the increase for a home is a single-family home is about $4 a month, so it's not a big increase. But we thought about this for a long time, and we tried to keep it to a minimum because we understand that these are not easy times. But it's the same for all of us,
The company outlining several changes in its latest memo. Single-family homes will see an increase of $4.13, duplexes $8.26, churches and apartment complexes $3.80 per unit, commercial complexes $5.80 per unit, and business houses $14.86. Additionally, adjustments will also apply to roll-off container services. Carroll noting that the company has not increased rates in several years and does not anticipate a reduction anytime soon.
Number one, we have not had an increase for over 3 years, well, around 3 years. I shouldn't say over. I think it was mid-2023 that we had an increase. There's just so many global events that's impacting the cost of operations. It's hard to say what's going to happen. I don't want to be dishonest about it. I have not seen in my 25 years in this business, I have not seen costs go down.
Additionally, Carroll offering an apology to residents, noting the company looks forward to continued service.
I apologize to the public that we have to do this, but like I said before, it's necessary. And we are committed to providing the level of service that we have always provided the Freeport community and that they expect. And we look forward to continuing that.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Charlia Jones.
The latest tonight in the disappearance of American woman Lynette Hooker. Her husband, Brian Hooker, has now been released from police custody. Hooker was freed from the Central Police Station in Grand Bahama after being held for questioning in connection with his wife's disappearance. However, police say he remains a person of interest as the investigation continues. Shalia Rule has the latest in this report.
After nearly 4 days in police custody, Brian Hooker walked out of the Central Police Station in Grand Bahama just before 8 p.m. on Monday, marking a new development in the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of his wife, Lynette.
And what do you want to tell people who think you're responsible for your wife's disappearance?
Any response?
Brian, anything to say? Brian, just any message you want to send about finding your wife?
Hooker was released approximately 20 minutes after the deadline for his expired detention. His release comes amid intense public scrutiny and continued search efforts in Abaco, where Lynette Hooker was last reported missing at sea. According to his attorney, Terrell Butler, Hooker was treated well during his time in custody. The lawyer also maintained her client's innocence upon his release.
He was just very grateful and he's very happy that he's out.
As soon as he was released, he made a phone call to family members to assure them that he was safe.
Family member to assure them that he's out and he's okay.
Despite his release, authorities have made it clear that Hooker is not in the clear. Commissioner of Police Shandon Knowles told reporters that he remains a suspect in the case as police continue their search and recovery efforts. Hooker did not respond to questions from members of the media gathered outside the station, remaining silent as he left the compound.
The first victory is he's out of here tonight, so I'm very pleased. And I'll try my best to assist them.
The investigation remains active and ongoing, with search teams continuing efforts in waters off Abaco in hopes of finding answers. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
In other news from police are investigating a stabbing incident involving relatives that has left 2 men hospitalized on Grand Bahama. According to reports on Monday, April 13th, 2026, shortly after 11 o'clock p.m., police were alerted about an incident on Bayshore Road in West End and proceeded to the scene. Upon arrival, officers met 2 male victims who appeared to be suffering from stab wounds about the body. As a result, emergency medical services were summoned to the scene, where they examined the victims and transported both of them to the hospital. The investigation revealed that the victims were at a business establishment when they got into an altercation with 2 other men, reportedly their relatives, who stabbed them in the area of the mouth and back, requiring medical attention. Both victims' conditions were last listed as stable. This matter remains under police investigation. Meanwhile, police are appealing to members of the public who may have information that can assist with this investigation. If you have relevant details, please contact 911-919, your nearest police station, or the Criminal Investigations Department in New Providence on Grand Bahama. In news from police on Grand Bahama arrested a 46-year-old on Monday, April 13th, 2026, after he was found in possession of an unlicensed firearm and a quantity of suspected marijuana. Preliminary reports indicate that shortly after 10:30 a.m., officers armed with the search warrant searched a home on Marley Drive while searching the residence. Officers discovered and confiscated a firearm along with a small quantity of suspected marijuana. As a result, the lone male occupant was taken into custody and is presently assisting with the investigation. The suspected marijuana weight and street value are unknown at this time. The investigation continues.
And still to come.
Berkshire Farms takes top prize in tourism pitch competition. We speak with the owner after the break. Stay tuned. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite Shopping. Travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. The Freeport Seventh-day Adventist Church presents Spring Hope Medical Clinic and Wellness Outreach this Saturday, April 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be specialists, doctors, general practitioners, and nurses on site. Free health screening and free lunch. This will all take place at the church ground on Anita Dockley Way and Gambia Drive.
Art Lucaya, the Grand Bahama Art Festival, presents Dream Big, April 17th to the 19th at the Mosaic Art Hub. Get your tickets now at art.tickets.com. Support local art. Proceeds benefit high school art programs.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Tourism, Advancement and Aviation hosted its annual pitch competition for the Orange, Green and Blue economies at the Baha Mar Convention Center in the nation's capital with more than 100 participants. But it was Grand Bahamian native Terrence Roberts II who took home top honors in the green economy category, winning $25,000 for his waste to energy idea. More details in this report. It all started as a virtual pitch, and out of more than 100 candidates, Berkshire Farms claimed first place in the Ministry of Tourism, Investment and Aviation's Green Economy Pitch Competition, impressing judges with a biodigester system designed to convert farm and food waste into energy while also creating an interactive, hands-on experience. Terrence Roberts, founder and managing director of Berkshire Farms, broke down how the system works.
We've been thinking about how to do this for quite a while, is to turn waste into energy while making it an experience. And most people, when they want to have an experience, it sells best with food and beverage. So our plan is to set up a biodigester system where we can take all of the organic waste from the farm, food waste, animal waste, and in this biodigester system, it's an anaerobic process where it separates the liquids and the gas.
Roberts explains that the process produces two key outputs. The liquid is transformed into biofertilizer used to enrich crops, while the gas produced is methane, which can be used as cooking fuel.
The whole idea behind that is, imagine you get to come to the farm, be fully immersed, interact with the animals, learn about how they produce what we feed, and then be able to take, for example, get your eggs, take it back to the kitchen, make your breakfast, enjoy that, and then all your waste goes into the digester system, creating renewable energy.
The founder, who advanced as a semi-finalist among 18 participants, says the winning moment brought a huge sense of relief after years of developing the idea. He adds that it was especially rewarding to see people understand and believe in his vision.
Because this is, like when you're working at something for quite a while, and especially when people are seeing what you're posting, they're seeing the highlights, but they don't get to see what's happening on the background and what it takes to get something to work. So being on that stage and able to express this idea, educate people, and to see the reception of, oh, these are things that we can do. And sometimes you just see that moment when it clicks, like, yeah, I could take this, and then this makes that. We have access to all of it, and that's why I keep going back to the scripture. God gave it all to us from creation. It's now for us to see the stewardship behind it and work it and care for it.
From being counted out to quietly writing his story, one young Bahamian is challenging expectations and showing that a second chance can start with a single decision. Our Sherelle Deems shares his story.
Sean Kennedy Jr., also known as Master Kennedy, is proving that change is possible at any stage. At just 18, his journey from struggling student to youth leader began with one decision to do better, and now he's using that experience to uplift others.
I started as a below average student, sitting at around a 1.0 GPA, and at that time, not many people expected much from me. I felt overlooked, but I reached a point where I had to make a decision to change my mindset and take control of my life. By grade 11, I moved from a 1-point GPA student to a 3-point GPA student and even reached a 4-point GPA student. That shift was not just academic, it was mental.
That transformation didn't end in the classroom. It created new opportunities. And today he serves as acting assistant director of education at Southern College, taking on responsibilities far beyond his years.
I would say the pressure is real, especially given my age, because there are constant expectations to perform, lead well, and also present at a high level. However, I handle that pressure by staying organized, maintaining structure, and remaining grounded in my purpose.
Beyond the classroom, he's also making his mark in the community as a mentor and author, using his work on identity and personal growth to help young people find direction and purpose.
Through the initiatives I lead, especially the Kingdom Builders Foundation, my focus is on keeping them reset and realigned. The foundation itself is expected to take full effect this coming June, but the work has already been started.
And while his journey is still unfolding, his message is already rooted in experience, and one he hopes will inspire others to keep pushing forward.
Do not let your circumstances define you. I am a living example that where you start does not determine where you finish. You have to take responsibility for your mindset, your discipline, and your growth. Nobody is coming to build your life for you. You have to make a decision to change even when it is uncomfortable and even when people doubt you.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Whitley Ann Ferguson. Thank you so much for your support. And that's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Well, the Bahamas Basketball Federation Nationals is coming up, and I'm sure it's going to be a great tournament.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear. Don't go away. Sports comes your way next, right after this break.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at ZNS3news@gmail.com.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we've made. There's now drone technology. There's now year-round container farming. You have hydroponics. You have aquaponics. You have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands. Because in BAMSI, we're not just cultivating produce, we're cultivating producers.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. The Bahamas Basketball Federation's round-robin tournament tips off this Thursday night here in the Second City, and there's a whole lot of buzz generating ahead of the action, according to Grand Bahama Basketball Association's Vice President, Andrew Williams.
You get to see the whole Bahamas play basketball, man. This is the creme de la creme. This is the best here in the Bahamas. Nassau is going to be here. Alutra is going to be here. Abaco and Bimini. So they're playing both Division 1A and Division 2. So Division 2 is usually the younger players from 23 and younger, so you could see some high schoolers in there, so that is always exciting.
From the sounds of it, the playing field is even across the A and B divisions.
Alushas actually have a really strong team. I'm excited to see them. They didn't make it to Nationals last year. Abaco is always, they're always competitive, as well as Bimini. There's a rivalry between Grand Bahama and Nassau. It's always been there, but these other teams get also, like we've seen in Bahamas game with Alutra, we don't know who's going to come on top.
The action kicks off this Thursday at the St. George's Gymnasium starting at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, the teams playing for a spot at the round-robin Nationals continued their best-of-5 championship series Monday night, tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 between the Dudley Boys Saints and New Era Gym Rats went down to the wire once again. The Saints owned a slim 35-33 lead at the half. However, the third quarter was where the Saints began to break the game open, eventually leading 56-41 at the end of 3. There was no quit in the Gym Rats, who put up a serious fight to close the gap, but the trio of Mikael Bethel, Cordero Capron, and Trevor Bain lifted the Saints to victory 67-62 as the Saints take a 2-1 series lead. Bethel poured in 17 points and was ravenous on the boards, grabbing 14 rebounds. Capron added 13 points and dished out 5 times on the night. Bain chipped in with a 12-point, 10-rebound double-double of his own. The Saints can potentially end the series tonight and hoist the GBBA floating trophy for a consecutive year, or the Gym Rats can force a decisive Game 5 on Wednesday. And over on the softball pitch, Labria Sands having a pretty good season for IMG Academy. In their recent 5-0 win over the Oakleaf Knights, the right-hander out of Grand Bahama didn't allow a single earned run, while giving up 2 hits and striking out 6 batters over 5 innings pitched. At bat, she also went 1 for 1 with a stolen base and a run scored. For the season, she has a 3-2 record with 60 strikeouts in 43 innings pitched, while giving up 45 hits and 31 runs in 18 games played. And that's your sports fix this evening. But as a reminder, the Grand Bahama Basketball Association finals are ongoing tonight, so make sure y'all get out to the St. George's Gymnasium. Your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs. Catch y'all on the rebound.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Melinda Whitney, Teaching Diary.
One of the most damaging words a child can hear from a parent isn't a curse word. It's this one, disappointed, especially when it's used as a label and not a lesson. When a child hears, "I'm disappointed in you," they don't hear correction. They hear, "I'm not enough. I failed you. I lost your love." Discipline should correct behavior, not attack identity. There's a difference between saying, "That choice was disappointing," and saying, "You disappoint me." One teaches responsibility, the other teaches shame. Correct the action. Protect the child's heart, because children don't need perfect parents. They need parents who discipline with love.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, prep work underway as the Parliamentary Registration Department readies itself for Nomination Day. Plus, the hunt is on for the gunman who shot and killed a woman in her bedroom late Monday night. And a Defense Force Marine, the focus of a serious internal investigation. The Bahamas Tonight with the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. With Nomination Day fast approaching, officials are making final checks to ensure everything is ready and runs smoothly when candidates head to start the process. Leah Cooper sat with Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson today. Take a listen.
With Nomination Day set for this Thursday, April 16th, the Parliamentary Registration Department is in prep mode.
The returning officers have received their kits and they're ready to go. The locations have been identified and they have been inspected already. So we don't expect any challenges with the nomination process.
Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson adds that candidates have a strict 3-hour window to get nominated. Miss it and that's it. No do-overs.
Yeah, nomination process is from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And you must come within that time frame. If you come after that, then you will not be on the list for the general elections.
And while the exact numbers won't be known until after the fact, Thompson guesstimates the candidate count could be in the hundreds.
You know, we have 3 parties now who have indicated that they have 41 candidates. So at least we have that's 100 plus there. And then we have some independents who have expressed an interest in running. And then there's some other parties. There's at least one smaller party said they would have but 10 candidates. So again, it's not easy to say how many candidates we expect. But we expect that there'll probably be around 200 to 300 candidates, if not more.
He adds that younger voters take up the lion's share of the register.
We have quite a number of young people between 18 and 35 who are on the register. That demographic seems to be somewhere around the highest for this election. We have from 18 to 25 and from 26 to 35. In those two categories, quite a number of people we believe will impact the elections.
There's a lot at stake with nearly 206,000 registered voters heading into the May 12th general election. This could be one of the most competitive races in recent memory. The electorate includes 11,647 female voters and 93,978 male voters, plus a surge of 13,628 new registrants since last July. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, the parliamentary commissioner also commenting today on police arresting and charging a staff member with fraud linked to people trying to use fake voter cards to get other IDs. Commissioner Thompson moving quickly to reassure the public that despite the incident, the country's voter registration process is intact and secure.
We have dealt with that issue in terms of putting some other protocols in place. It's unfortunate that that happened, but the card involved in that process never made the register, so that didn't impact the registration process.
Well, from the Parliamentary Registration Department, we cross over now to West Grand Bahama, the backdrop of the Progressive Liberal Party's Rally for Progress last evening. The high energy event pulling the likes of PLP candidates, along with the party's leader and deputy, sought to make a case while Bahamians should continue to choose Progress. Ramika Knowles tells us more.
Together, Central Grand Bahama, we seal the deal.
Marco City, it is time to remove every obstacle and highlight the path forward with blue and gold for progress.
In the building, PLP. See who's in the building, PLP.
A message to choose Progress from the Progressive Liberal Party's candidates in Central Grand Bahama and Marco City as supporters gathered for the party's Rally for Progress in West Grand Bahama. Long-standing issues addressed by East Grand Bahama candidate Dr. Monique Pratt, who promised relief to parents of that community. Meanwhile, incumbent for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Kingsley Smith touting the progress he says has been made in just over 2 years.
On Wednesday, I am proud to announce that the newly renovated Sweetens Key Primary School and Homework Center will be reopened.
We have done in 2.5 years, even with layers of bureaucracy, what others couldn't do in 4.5 years.
Pine Ridge incumbent Ginger Moxie also taking the stage, pointing to what she describes as results delivered for her constituents.
Heritage, you waited 18 years for a road. They gave you excuses. You asked for a safe place for your children, and we delivered 2 parks. Those are receipts. Freeport Ridge, you spent decades navigating holes. Today, 1.5 miles of road is being laid down. And that is not talk, that is action.
Closing out the night, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis addressing key issues including the Grand Lucayan deal and arbitration matters involving the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
There's real progress on the Grand Lucayan. You all see the MSC announcement this week? Yes. Like I've said all along, it's real. These candidates were with us when we decided to do what no other government in the Bahamas ever done. They were with us then. Who took on the Grand Bahama Port Authority and won?
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Meantime, the PLP's youth arm making a pitch to young voters to choose Progress as well. Dawn Davis, among those who turned out at the University of the Bahamas event, she has reaction tonight in this next report.
The youth arm of the Progressive Liberal Party sought to cement ties with young people on the campus of the University of the Bahamas as the general election approaches. While some students declined to comment on camera, they say they won't be casting their ballots in the upcoming general election. There are others who say they are simply not interested in the electoral process. Miss University of the Bahamas Rakitra Prosper and Computer Information Systems Major Devon Sawyer plan to exercise their democratic right to vote on Election Day. The students are hoping political parties would seek to forge stronger bonds with young voters.
They only see them when they need them. So I feel like if you want to cater more to young people, come every single year, regardless of if it's election year or not.
It's my first time voting, and I think that it's important because you really need to decide who you want to run the country, because some people shown in the past that they're not really capable of it. Not calling any names, not pointing any fingers, but you know what I mean.
A lot of times young people don't want to vote because they say, why should I vote? Do I have a reason to vote? Who should I vote for? And so when they do that, it's our job here to bring them in, is to fill them in on the information.
Election teams were out in full force distributing free paraphernalia and other goodies. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis was also on campus and spoke with the students. Last week, the Torchbearers Association hosted a similar event. Participants applauded both parties for allowing the young voters to get a pep talk with the candidates.
It's been a really good event. We got some very strong candidates out there. We had a candidate walk up to me, he gave me a whole pamphlet. I said I can't really read that well. He said that's no problem. He gave me a picture version of it. So very, very accessible people.
To be able to have ministers in their positions come on a campus that is one of the biggest in the Bahamas, to ensure that our progress is not only seen but put out into the world.
Now, a few young Bahamians we spoke to here at the University of the Bahamas talked about some of their concerns heading into the elections and beyond.
As a young person, it's kind of hard to find jobs right now to, accommodate yourself.
They're looking for housing opportunities. They're talking about the cost of living. They're talking about opportunities to upskill themselves. And so we're sharing again about the things that we've done.
Now that both major political parties have pitched their messages to the young voters, it's a wait-and-see situation on Election Day. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Over at Golden Gates World Outreach Ministries is where you can find Free National Movement supporters who will gather tonight for the party's Fire Forward Nassau Southern Rally. Scheduled speakers include its Bamboo Town candidate, Dr. Dwayne Sands, South Beach candidate Darren Henfield, Pinewood candidate Denari Roll, Arinthia Komalafe for Carmichael, Michael Folks for Golden Gates, and Rick Fox for Garden Hills. The keynote address will come from the party's leader and deputy, Michael Pintard and Shannon Cartwright, respectively. Well, we can also tell you tonight that former Member of Parliament for Long Island, Adrian Gibson, has announced that he will not be seeking re-election, and this in the face of the Free National Movement already ratifying former MP Dr. Andre Rollins to carry its banner in that Southern Island constituency.
Serving you for 2 consecutive terms has been the greatest honor and privilege of my life. I am profoundly grateful for the opportunity you gave me to represent you, to fight for you, and to stand on your behalf. But let me be clear, this is not the end. I remain first and foremost a son of Long Island. I look forward to being home more, to spending time among you, to continuing to invest in our communities, and to contributing meaningfully to the life and future of our island in the years ahead.
In related news, Bahamas Power and Light has a stern warning for the public. Do not attach signs or materials to utility poles, particularly during this election season. BPL officials advising that drilling into poles or wrapping fabric and other items around them is strictly prohibited, as these actions can damage critical infrastructure and pose safety risk to the public. Under BPL's guidelines, only approved attachments using proper banding methods are allowed, and any exceptions must be formally requested and approved. The company is urging political groups and the public to comply with these rules to help protect the country's electrical network and ensure reliable service. Coming up, a grandmother shot and killed while in her home. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
John, I just found out that KFC has an irresistible promo.
Crunch into the juicy flavor of the new KFC Rapstar. A classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to catch J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that?
Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again.
Amen to that.
Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. Sweet and spicy, marinated fried, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger, got many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn up the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know.
Those pepper wings.
2021. Borders overrun. Gang wars raging. Crime out of control. 4 years later, we're stronger. More than 1,000 new police and defense force officers, new interceptors protecting our waters, record numbers repatriated, and with stronger security partnerships, tougher anti-gang laws, and shantytown crackdowns, we're tightening our grip. Stronger borders, safer streets. This fight is never finished.
The news is brought to you by the Frank Pacharamming National Primary and High School Track and Field Championships. Tune in for live coverage only on the national station.
And you're looking at a shot of the University of the Bahamas, chartered on November 10th, 2016 by an act of Parliament. That shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Shane Gibson. Welcome back. Shock and terror gripping another family here in the capital after their loved one was gunned down inside her home while holding a 1-year-old child. Leah Cooper has more on what the initial investigation has so far revealed.
Those cries tell the tale of another family mourning the loss of their beloved relative. Alamander Lane off Wilton Street was the scene of the country's latest murder. ShotSpotter technology alerted police around 10 o'clock Monday night about gunshots heard there. Officers later discovered that the female victim was inside the home holding a 1-year-old child when an unidentified man fired multiple gunshots from outside the residence. Police confirmed the victim was then fatally struck.
When officers arrived on scene, officers discovered an adult female in her late 40s with what appears to be gunshots to the upper body.
Initial investigations reveal that a man had been chasing another male resident through a yard in the area. During the pursuit, the assailant discharged a firearm at the individual he was chasing. Police say the shots entered a nearby residence, striking the victim, who was reportedly seated on her bed in a northwestern bedroom. Police press liaison officer, Chief Superintendent Sharia King, did confirm that the family members, including minors, were inside the residence at the time of the incident. Family members watched in horror as police probed the scene. Family members' shoes were still at the front door, and many of them had to stand in shock near the crime scene tape as police walked in and out their residence. One of her family members identified the victim as Tamika Simi.
She's sitting on a bed with her mommy. Her mommy is a senior citizen. She's sitting on the bed with her mommy and her grandchildren. She just was a person of love, a Christian, God-fearing woman who loved her children and her grandchildren. She never bothered anybody all my life. And if you see her, if an altercation is going on, even if it's amongst family, she would make herself, she would remove herself from any altercation. That's just her. We just want justice for her because she did not deserve that. For all the things and all the persons in the world, Tamika, who we affectionately call Miki, Miki ain't deserve that.
Police also report that the one-year-old child was not harmed, and intense search is underway for the suspect in this matter. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, tonight, disturbing allegations of abuse against female recruits by Royal Bahamas Defense Force recruitment officer. This, the latest incident tarnishing the reputation of the country's military force. Corval Pyfrom is following the story, and here with what we know.
The RBDF remaining tight-lipped on exactly what happened, but we are able to confirm a matter is under active investigation stemming from complaints of alleged assaults of a sexual nature by a male RBDF recruitment trainer against female Marine recruits. The alleged accusers, we can also tell you, are all over the age of 18. The RBDF went to great lengths to explain that this matter does not involve its rangers or recruits of the National Youth Guard program. More details are expected to be revealed on Wednesday when RBDF Commodore Floyd Moxey addresses the Security Council. But Public Relations Officer Lieutenant Darius Adams provided this information in an over-the-phone interview Tuesday.
There's an active investigation. We want to bring prejudice to the case. We are investigating persons who made the complaint and also investigating the actor, proposed actor, alleged person. And we want to make sure that everything is on the straight and narrow. And the next part about it is that we would have made some changes to the training program stemming from the incident in the past of last year, and also making sure that persons and instructors would have gotten certification through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
In recent times, RBDF has come under fire for similar allegations of abuse of power. Just last summer, a 26-year-old Marine was accused of sexually and physically assaulting 7 teenage cadets at an Eleuthera Rangers summer camp. Reports included forced consumption of toilet water, beatings, and sexual assault, leading to criminal charges and a board of inquiry. Lieutenant Adams stressing that complaints of abuse are treated seriously and with transparency.
We want to make sure that the persons around the Bahamas, all Bahamians, know that we're here to ensure that we're here to protect them, and we're here to make sure that we upheld our standards, that we have in an organization, our discipline, and we want to make sure that our nation knows that we're here and we're in charge of their children, their nieces, their sisters, their brothers, their aunties and their uncles, and their fathers and mothers, and that we're here to make our environment a safe environment for everyone.
The alleged accuser has so far only been removed from recruitment training but remains on active duty. Investigations are ongoing, and Lieutenant Adams again advising that the Defense Force Commander, Commodore Floyd Moxey, will have much more to say on the matter on Wednesday. It is, of course, a story we will continue to follow. Corval Pyfrom, The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Near. Far. Where can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price.
It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Taking the kids out for ice cream? Easy. Well, mostly. But paying? That part's actually become simpler and safer than ever. A quick tap of your card uses encrypted contactless technology designed to protect your information while speeding up checkout. No cash to count, no fumbling for change while the kids are deciding on sprinkles. Because some things should be easy, like paying for a little happiness. The future of pay is digital.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, fat on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Mark your calendars for 2 powerful business events in Eleuthera. The 14th Annual Central and South Eleuthera Business Outlook takes place Thursday, April 16th at the Eleuthera Business Hub in Roxtown. Then on Friday, April 17th, it's the 3rd Annual North Eleuthera Harbor Island and Spanish Wells Business Outlook at the beautiful Valentine's Resort and Marina. Under the theme, Strengthening Foundations for Long-Term Prosperity, don't miss your opportunity to join the conversation. Save the date, Thursday, April 16th and Friday, April 17th.
Well, Royston's holding it down for he and Marlena tonight, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now. I know he'll do his utmost, like Bahamians say, his utmost best.
The endeavor best, right? I know. You know what they say? Best. They say 1 is the loneliest number. 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. But 2 can be as bad as 1. Loneliest number 1. Tonight in Access Now, of course, we have a lot of news, including a sit-down segment with an entertainment cinematic experience that you don't want to miss. Think food, think movies, combine the 2.
Ah, sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you have something pretty nifty.
We're cooking up something.
And I'm proud of you.
You proud?
I think proud of you. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
Welcome back to another episode of The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Today, I'm stepping into the shoes of a crossing guard. Let's see how it goes. Hey, stop the car. Put the window down. Listen, there's 2 stop signs through this corner. One at the end of the corner, and this. You gotta respect both. You hear me, sir? Let's go. Keep rolling. Don't let it happen again. Every day, crossing guards are up and on duty way before you even get up to start your day. And today, I'm gonna spend the day with them, rested and double vested, to see what it takes to keep our kids and our streets safe. Let him go. That's it.
I've been doing this now for about 6 months. And what made me want to become a crossing patrol officer is the love for the children, to protect the children, the safety of the children. I've noticed that everybody is always in a heat and rush, and they don't have the full understanding of what is the importance of us doing this job. The importance of us doing this job is for the safety of our children. Good.
That's your $5. You need that?
I have kids of my own, and they're very grown. So to come back out here and help these children along the way and be a mentor, to be somebody that inspires the children is very, very rewarding for me.
As a crossing patrol officer, one of the most important things that you need to know, and that is paramount, is that our kids come first. And the ultimate goal, once again, is the safety of our kids in crossing our streets. Early in the morning, you have high traffic.
We gotta go. Let's go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
The most difficult part is being able to create a gap within the traffic so that we can safely navigate our kids across the streets.
Driver, please stop your car. You're trying to see the kids cross from there and far. Driver, when you see this, then stop. Because if you don't stop, then your car could drop in a pothole. And like you say, see, I tell you slow down because the children got to get in the schoolyard.
And that there does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
The new energy era brings more efficient technologies, but introduces questions around direction, growth, and job security. The Microgrid Lunch and Learn series continued in Abaco, led by Executive Chairman Christina Alston, who provided clarity on microgrids, the company's path, and where team members fit within it. Electrical fitter Antonio Dean says the session gave him greater confidence moving forward.
There were a lot of concerns moving forward for the future. We didn't know how it would have rolled out. And then, of course, now the job security aspect, all right? From the information we got from the chairlady, then all of those things were laid to rest. Now we are now well aware of what is to come.
Chairlady Christina Alston brought clarity to the company's direction and reaffirmed the importance of its people empowering the future.
What we're doing here is generational work. We've changed more in the last 5 years than we've changed in the last 50 years. And so it's very important to engage your primary stakeholder, that they know what's coming, they understand why it's coming, and then they can pick up that information and they can move it to the community that they live in. These projects will last 25 years. And so that's what I'm doing, planting trees in whose shade I will never stay.
It was good to get clear insight on what's happening. It's actually opening up doors for opportunities for upskilling to take on positions in a lot of other areas, which is truly beneficial for our staff.
As BPL continues its transition into the new energy era, its focus remains on delivering cleaner, more reliable energy while investing in the people who help to power communities nationwide. Because powering the future isn't solely about enhanced technology, it's also about empowering the team who help to make it all possible.
AML breaks ground on a new building, plus a champion for disability rights getting ready to showcase on the international stage. Those details straight ahead. Also, Bahamians take to the screen on major networks and streaming platforms. You want to stay close for that. And in sports, the Frank Pancho Ramming Nationals are underway.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Well, good evening on this thankful Tuesday. I'm Royston Jones, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. It's April 14th, and if you look up later this week, the Lyrids meteor shower is set to begin, and with favorable conditions, it could very well be visible in all its splendor right here at home. It's a reminder that there's always more to see when we keep our eyes and our head up. With that said, let's turn our attention to the news. A leading grocery provider is moving on from its multi-million-dollar building to start afresh 1 year later. Amaya Moss has the story tonight.
$40 million in lost revenue and 150 employees impacted. The economic and emotional toll of last year's fire that gutted AML's retail food chains, Solomon's and Cosrite on Old Trail Road. 12 months later, ground was officially broken today for a $15 million redevelopment project that will bring a new Cosrite store back to the site. President and CEO of AML Foods Limited, Gavin Watchorn, says the new facility will incorporate major changes over the previous infrastructure.
The store that was here originally was 55,000 square feet, and based on the demand that we were seeing before the fire, we knew it was going to outgrow its space at some point in time. So we've taken advantage of having a clean slate that we're going to build a new store. It's going to be 70,000 square feet, so about 30% bigger than what was here before. It's going to allow us to expand what we sell, offer more variety, and it's going to help us to help build out our B2B business. With our Chef Direct company, we're now servicing food service, and we're getting into the B2B space, so it's going to help us expand that further as well.
President Watchorn adding that the location of a new Solomon's will be announced in the coming days.
We can't tell you that quite yet. We're nearly there, but we'll be able to tell you the location and the opening. I'm hopeful in the next 6 to 8 weeks we'll be able to confirm exactly where that's going to be.
Nearly a year after flames forced the door shut, signs of life are finally returning to the Solomon's and Cosrite site, marking what many hope is the beginning of a long-awaited comeback. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Good news all around. Thanks so much, Amaya. Meanwhile, Bahamian disability inclusion consultant Aaron Brown has been selected to represent the Bahamas as a featured Bold Beauty Project participant in the internationally acclaimed Confluences 2026 exhibition at the prestigious Venice Biennale. Brown, who has led the Office of Disabilities and Compliance at the University of the Bahamas for the past 6 years, will be featured in the globally recognized Bold Beauty Project exhibition. The exhibition brings together artists, advocates, and creatives from around the world who are reshaping narratives of identity, inclusion, and representation. Brown says this opportunity represents a meaningful moment for the Bahamas and reflects the strength of our disabled community, the importance of inclusion, and the value of ensuring that their voices are present in global conversations.
So Netflix just called me. They want me to shoot underwater content for their new movie, Thrash. I got 24 hours to shoot and deliver everything before the world premiere.
The Bahamas just got hotter with HGTV's newest show, Tropic Like It's Hot. 3 out of the 16 episodes are in the Bahamas. And guess what? I'm in it.
Of course, when Netflix calls, you answer, and when HGTV calls, you definitely answer. That's exactly what two Bahamians did when these major networks rang them up. Underwater photographer and cinematographer Andrew Musgrove, as you saw there, documenting his collab with the streaming giant Netflix on their new movie, Thrash, about a Category 5 hurricane that decimates a coastal town. Andrew says he was excited to be a part of the project, especially after seeing what hurricanes have done to the Bahamas in recent years. The movie premiered on April 10th.
When you watch Thrash, just remember, yeah, it's a movie, but the consequences of climate change are real. And what we do today can stop stories like that from ever becoming reality.
And our very own Kyle, the creator, was featured in an episode of Tropic Like It's Hot, love that name, on HGTV with the help of a local real estate expert. Sun-chasing duos will tour exotic properties while navigating romance, relocation, and high-stakes decisions as they turn up the heat on their next chapter. In his episode, Kyle can be seen giving a tour of a massive property. The 16-episode series airs on April 6th. Still to come, we're talking more movies as a new cinematic dining experience hits the entertainment scene. And of course, Diane Dorset has your Access weather forecast, so stay close.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes because their job is to work for you.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID, all you really need and more.
Creative ideas didn't just come to life. They were activated through the bold intervention of the Tourism Development Corporation, an organization that goes beyond funding to fully understanding what it takes for Bahamian entrepreneurs to scale, sustain, and succeed. From tailored training programs and business plan development to website creation and strategic guidance, the TDC is building businesses with intention and impact across the Bahamas.
TDC has an opportunity and has a mandate to develop the tourism industry and develop businesses in that tourism sector. This program, Venture Pitch program, kind of like our version of Shark Tank, gives persons an opportunity to come, present their idea, somewhat in a little pressure environment, but if it's something that you're passionate about, come and present your idea, access some funding that we have available. We want to develop entrepreneurs.
The Bahama Venture Pitch Competition, it was built to unlock opportunity across the Family Islands and bring capital directly to Bahamian entrepreneurs. Since its launch, 9 competitions have been held across 7 islands, with Inagua up next. To date, approximately $360,000 has been invested into island economies, with $216,000, $24,000 per competition, awarded directly to tourism-driven entrepreneurs. This is entrepreneurship rooted in tourism and strengthening economies across the Bahamas.
We say to you, listen, keep it down home, keep it authentic, hone your 5 minutes of sharing the dream that you have with our judges, and really start to work on that business plan. Get some expert assistance in ensuring, because a huge part of this competition is also looking at what your ideas are in terms of the vision, the problems that you're solving, the solutions that you have, and of course, how economically viable those things are. Because having a dream is one thing, but really putting the labor-intensive strategy around how you're going to bring that to fruition is also as important.
If you have an established tourism-related product or business, or even a concept ready to be refined, the opportunity exists. The Bahama Venture Pitch Competition proves that investing in Bahamians is investing in the Bahamas.
Marlena and Royson. It's Tuesday, April 14th, and it's time for your Access Weather Forecast, your quick look at what's shaping our weather for the next few days. Hopefully everyone has been enjoying this nice weather lately. After a few cloudy days last week, we started Sunday off with beautiful conditions, and that's been carrying into this week so far. The usually dreaded Monday was quite beautiful for us, with plenty of sunshine and very comfortable conditions. And this morning we once again started off breezy. Now, our wind speeds will finally begin to weaken as we work our way through the week, which will then allow our afternoon high temperatures to begin to climb. Right now, our satellite picture shows some lingering clouds and showers over the southeast Bahamas. And then in the extreme northwest Bahamas, we've got some clouds associated with an upper level trough, which continues to move southward. Across the country tonight, winds in the northwest Bahamas are northeast to east at 12 to 18 knots with seas at 3 to 6 feet. We'll get a low tide at 11:48 this evening. Small craft operators are advised to exercise caution. In the central and southeast Bahamas tonight, winds will be northeast at 15 to 25 knots with seas at 5 to 8 feet and a small craft advisory in effect. Then tomorrow in the northwest and central Bahamas, winds will be northeast to east at 12 to 18 knots, seas at 3 to 6 feet, a high tide at 6:42 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 12:57 in the afternoon. In the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, Winds will be northeast at 15 to 20 knots, with seas at 4 to 7 feet and a small craft caution in effect. Then on Thursday in the northwest and central Bahamas, winds will be northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas at 2 to 4 feet will get a high tide at 7:28 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 1:39 in the afternoon. And finally, in the southeast Bahamas, winds will be easterly at 12 to 18 knots, with seas at 3 to 6 feet and a small craft caution in effect. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance, and that wraps up your Access Weather forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great evening, everyone. Melina and Royston.
As always, thanks so much, Diane. Now, if you're a movie buff and a foodie, and I know I'm both, then this one's for you. A new cinematic dining experience is coming your way this weekend, and here to tell us all about it, Eat the Scene Bahamas are Dorencia Roll-Davis and Chef Deja Rutherford. I want to say thank you both for joining us on Access Now.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, I'm very excited about this, but tell everyone, what is Eat the Scene?
So Eat the Scene is, as you said, a cinematic dining experience where persons are able to literally eat and drink the food as it comes on screen, as it appears.
Yes. What's the menu for the first experience? Now, there's a movie this weekend.
Yes, the movie is this
The
weekend.
Princess Diaries, I believe, starring Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Tell us about the menu for the Princess Diaries.
So the menu is top secret.
Top secret?
We'll let Chef Deja tell you a little bit about it.
Yes, please.
So when we chose Princess Diaries, because it's such an iconic movie,
Absolutely.
I know it brings back so much nostalgia, and all of that being said, it's like Dorencia said, it's definitely top secret, but we do have some cool things that's going to happen, some really iconic scenes like that sorbet that she eats.
Right.
Yes. So that's one of the things that you will see, but you have to come to the event to enjoy it.
So it is top secret.
Yes.
It's top secret.
Little peep there. Okay. So who is the event for? What target audience is this experience for?
So as you also said, this experience is for anyone that loves new experiences, anyone that loves movies, anyone that is also a foodie. If you love to eat, why not eat and watch one of your favorite movies?
Correct.
And also we are tying right into the nostalgia feeling.
Yes.
So anyone that's super nostalgic, like 2000s, 90s movies, that's
There's some of the best movies,
in the house.
I mean, if you have anything Disney movie related, then I'm going to be there. I'm thinking the host of Disney cinematic movies.
Exactly.
So is there plans already for the next one and what the movie might be?
Yes, we do have plans for the next one. The next one, we are thinking, we're not going to say exactly what it is, but we are planning something in relates to, Eat, Pray, Love, White Chicks.
Yes.
You know, The Princess and the Frog.
Can you imagine the movie for White Chicks?
I know, right? It's going to be great.
I know, like you definitely want that steak smothered in onions.
Absolutely.
But those are what we're thinking next.
Now, please tell people how they can take part in this and where they can get more information.
So on our Instagram page, it's Eat the Scene Bahamas. They can definitely reach out there. Unfortunately, but fortunately, all of our tickets are sold for this event for Saturday. Right, all the tickets are sold, but we are going to be announcing a new Our next movie is coming soon, so we will be announcing that. So you can just follow us on Instagram at Eat the Scene Bahamas.
We will be talking very soon. I think I'll be taking part of this in the next one for sure.
We hope to see you.
I'm looking forward to the menu. I'm looking forward to the experience, and congratulations on the event.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's time now to turn things over to ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
2021. Borders overrun. Gang wars raging. Crime out of control. 4 years later, we're stronger. More than 1,000 new police and defense force officers, new interceptors protecting our waters, record numbers repatriated, and with stronger security partnerships, tougher anti-gang laws, and shantytown crackdowns, we're tightening our grip. Stronger borders, safer streets. This fight is never finished.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island.
On Cat Island, we've helped 17 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $360,000 in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Cat Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: agriculture, fuel, and fishing. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC Bahamas.
Good to go. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat and it's good to grow.
And then I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Are you okay? Look like you could use a deep condition. We'll work on that later. I'm getting down and dirty at the Down to Earth Adventure Farms. This 9-acre hidden gem off of Cowpen Road is going to be full of exciting things, from fruits to farm animals and even more. Let's see what I get into. It's giving Cowboy Carter tour. Bucking. Let's go. First things first. Pull your cutlass ever so tightly. Grip your coconut by the rear, right?
But normally I'll cut it like from the bottom, because if it have the strap on it, that'll allow me to hold the coconut all the way up high. So I ain't gonna chop my finger. So I'll come around and keep scaling around and twisting it. And once I reach there, I find the nut. So I'll chop the nut, get to the hole, and that's where I get a little bit more forward.
Ugh! Like harder than that?
You want me to help you with that?
Nope, I don't. I'm a strong, independent woman. I can chop a coconut. I milked a goat. What can't I do? Let's pretend like I did it. Leave the last piece.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's pretend. So I just finished this, and this is the last piece. Ta-da! Did it by myself, right?
You would have got this. You would have got this.
Did it by myself, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You sure I did.
Just nod.
Sure I did.
I deserve this. You don't understand. I was riding sheep today.
Yeah.
Literally. Mm-hmm. But not the inbred ones.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a big problem, apparently.
Why so?
People aren't separating their male goats and sheep from their females.
Oh,
so,
inbreeding.
Yeah,
yes,
inbreeding,
yes,
yeah.
I know about that.
One of the things that you need to have different males, because the males is 50% of the genetics.
Okay.
So in this particular spot, like the goats, Cody, I don't know if Cody told you guys, but we have like 17 different genetics in this farm.
Wow.
To ensure that we don't have the inbreeding problem.
Okay. I'm not a farmer, but I would assume the inbreeding would cause like a lot of defects, the same way it does in like humans.
Yeah. So you get small animals doesn't grow as fast. They susceptible to diseases and parasites, which is another big problem in the country. Right? We have a huge parasite issue, especially amongst goats.
And then I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Are you okay? Look like you could use a deep condition. We'll work on that later.
Oh, you got to hold on this side. Okay, good. Now look at the camera.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Frank Pancho Ramming All Schools Nationals getting underway at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium this morning. Over 2,000 athletes representing over 150 schools from throughout the Bahamas. The primary section getting underway just after 10 with the 1,200-meter heats, finals of the 200 and mixed 4x1 relay. In the field, it would see the under-20 girls long jump and discus, the under-20 boys javelin and shot put, as well as the under-17 boys long jump, as well as the under-17 girls discus and long jump. A look at some of the highlights from the opening heats. Boys 11 and under 1,200 meters, Temple Christian's Anton Roll would storm back from behind to take this race. Over in the U7 200-meter heats, Genesis Academy's Eden Thurston would power her way to the finish line to take the top spot in her heat. Grand Bahama also impressing in the early session. 7 and under 200-meter heats, it would be Bishop Michael Eldon's Kaylin Russell taking her heat as well. Full scores and winners in tomorrow's Sportscast. To the pitch, the University of the Bahamas men's soccer team was looking to win the title 1 week early when they took on Cavalier FC and looked for help from a rival in the Bahamas Men's Soccer League on Sunday. UB, the league leaders, got off on the right foot by scoring 5 goals in 25 minutes to take the 5-0 lead. The first half ended with UB up 10-0. The second half saw UB scoring one more goal and keeping the clean sheet for the 11-zip victory, keep their title hopes alive. Captain Ronaldo Green and Kevin Thomas had a hat trick each. UB's rival Dynamos FC played the second-place Western Warriors. Dynamos won 3-1 as no other team has a chance to mathematically pass or tie UB, who has 33 points with one game left in the season. Dynamos and Western are the closest with 28 points. This is the second time UB has won the league, having done so in 2018. UB will return to close their season with a match against the Warriors on Sunday, April 19th.
We did our best throughout the whole season. As we go along throughout the season, we had trials and tribulations. We overcome those. We worked on what coach gave us to work on. And as we go along, we build, and as you can see, we came out victorious in the league. The coaching staff did a lot for us, waking up at 6 a.m., came into practice, so players had the opportunity to miss a training, but coach didn't. And hats off to the coach. He's been a fantastic coach throughout the whole season. Support the players.
And so on UB, the University of the Bahamas has hired its first full-time women's softball coach earlier this month. Ilana McDonald, who is no stranger to the softball and the university community, was selected for that position. McDonald says she's excited to be the first UB women's softball head coach and is looking at not just at helping her players to be good, but to develop them as a whole. She's looking to hit the ground running and populate a roster. We'll be looking to recruit high school players in the private and public schools. It's also looking at having enrolled UB students on both campuses and Family Island players to join the team as well. McDonald adds she's looking forward to challenging the student athletes in the classroom. The tryouts are set for current UB students on Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex.
Coming in, hitting the ground running from a mental aspect, from a fundamental aspect, and just being really intentional on leaders on and off the field, integrity on and off the field, discipline on and off the field. So starting in-house with local tryouts with current UB students, and then transitioning out to our UB North and our prospects in the Family Islands, and then possibly even international recruiting. So we're super excited just to see how we can build a culture of integrity and pride to be a Mingo. We believe that there's integrity on and off the field, and if that's the case, that is also integrity in your schoolwork, in your assignments, in your classwork, and UB prides themselves on building the best student from top to bottom.
And in women's basketball news, she's winning the portal and at the WNBA draft. Yet another pair of Yolette Maxey-McCuin's former players at Ole Miss would hear their name called on the WNBA draft stage. For the first time in program history, an Ole Miss women's basketball duo was taken in the same WNBA draft, as Cody McMahon and Letitia Lattimore were both taken on Monday night. The Mystics, they would select McMahon with the 11th overall pick in the first round, while Chicago Sky took Lattimore with the 21st overall pick in the second round. Now the pair becomes the 9th and 10th Rebels drafted in school history, also the 4th and 5th in the Maxey-McCuin era. The scores in from GSSA softball for girls and baseball for boys. In junior girls, AF Adderley, they would rout Tate Thompson 7-0. Donald Davis, they would edge H.O. Nash 11-10. Anatole Rogers, they would nip L.W. Young 13-12. In junior boys, Anatole, they would beat L.W. Young 8-2. H.O. Nash over T.W. Davis 7-4. In senior girls, C.B. Bethel, they would double up Sierra Walker 12-6. And finally, in senior boys, Sierra Walker, they would just get past C.B. Bethel 4-3. And that's been a look at your sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for
for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052. Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Strong family bonds provide a crucial support system, often filling the gaps that might otherwise lead to reliance on social assistance.
If we get the family structure support system right, you won't see adult children willingly putting their parents in senior citizens' homes. You won't see anyone putting children up for adoption. We should be the safety net for when the family begins to have some challenges.
Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
This is our 4th annual Easter Farmers Market, and it's an exciting moment for BTC. For me, this year is extra special because I have the benefit of my wife being here, but this is also largely inspired by our daughter. She looks at farming from a different perspective. The theme that she's highlighting for us this year is meet your farmer.
We just had a chance to talk about what we do as farmers and agriculturalists in the country. We talked about the importance of our broken food system and the steps that we could take to improve and bolster our food system. Thank you so much to BTC and the lovely people that work here to listen to me and my fellow agriculturalists talk about